what a wonderful sight it is. It must be such a joy for the drivers that the Grand Prix circuit at Hero Fantastic is wonderful. I have never spoken to a driver that doesn't absolutely love this place.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of spoken to in
team are working rather feverishly under the front of the car, and this is the telltale. There is a rather large roll of blue standing by. So something is not quite right with that car. I'm nervy to go in garages. Send out the memo.
Sin bin.
We're going to go.
You live in a sin bin, mate.
It's true.
Well, yeah, hopefully that will be 6.0 compared to 122.8 for the 122 for the quickest car. I mean, look at this, Alan. We're in for a treat. The lead car, 122.804. 122.927. I mean, you're talking a quarter of GTV cars. I mean, to be absolutely incredible. Tells us that we're going to be in for a treat later today. Still, we're now car 89 out and back at turn 4, so that happened behind me as well. So much to see on the screen. Up to the top of the times now goes another of the Audis, car number 30, TW1. McLaren that won my car. Just had a very brief chat to Christian Clean, and he told me that yeah, it was a brake issue, unfortunately. Oh wow.
Weekend, delighted to be back at the very thankful for the sunshine.
Yeah, yes, I can imagine. They don't want the British rain, they don't want that round there.
As I just said to Chris, always like this over here.
Yes, exactly right. Well, the good news is for them is that, and probably why he's relaxed enough is, you know, it's a 60-minute free practice now, and in reality is that later they have what's called pre-qualifying. I mean, let's be honest, Alan, as I read that, that's another free practice really, isn't it? And yes, but what happens is that if they can't qualify, like let's say it's red flag, there's rain, then they use that pre-qualifying session as the qualifying times. Something to that effect. Exactly. Yeah. We had behind, just seen the replays of some of the cars on the footage we got here. So thankfully, I am being kept up to speed on the bits and pieces happening around the circuit. As I think I started to say earlier, is that
Is there also some resurfacing that's taken place down on the start-finish straight as well? I think that's something that I picked up from a conversation this morning, but I can't be absolutely sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that there's a few places on the Indy that we've had resurfacing. In theory, that should make it better, but you just don't know until you release them at speed. And that includes the drivers themselves don't necessarily know. So a few more interesting things to throw into the melting pot, just in case we wanted to spice it up even more. Why not? I love it.
This is wonderful. I'm never going back to the lane again. This is just such a great place to see the cars stretching their legs. Well, they know they're about to stretch their legs on the Grand Prix circuit, and as they turn out of Graham Bend down the Cooper Straight and into the left-hander at Surtees onto the Grand Prix circuit. There isn't a better place in the world today. Sunshine, blue skies, Brands Hatch and GT cars. Joy.
We've lost you for the day now, haven't we?
I'm afraid you have.
Yeah.
This is the best job in the world.
100%. And I mean, the great thing now, by the way, is that limit of bronze and silver drivers only has gone. I thought I remembered it correctly, that a half hour that's withdrawn. So we've now got all cars able to be out there. That does include the 32 car that is kind of, you know, the one that's really sort of reigning strong. They were last year's champions and the year before's champions, Dries Mantel and Charles Mears. They are out in the 32 car. They won in Imola in the opening rounds as well, so they've started and they need to go on. Well, actually, it's Dries Mantel and Kelvin van der Linde who went to the Britain's goal, but they will be Mears as well. But they are now working their way through this order. Dries Mantel in the 32 car at the moment. They're sat in 6th place. They've only done 4 laps in the they have to do this order, and I think we will expect to see them get the top. It is the 89 car, Raffaele Marciello at the wheel of the Mercedes AMG run by Equalis ASP, the French team. Got that car down into the 122.6s, so we've suddenly got a margin of 0.118. In fact, it just got even quicker, 122.432, so the Mercedes is going incredibly well. Remember last year, race number 2, it was a Mercedes victory, so that car is good round here as well. As we saw last year. So it might not be all going the way of Team WRT, supreme historically in the
2 with a sort of a lunch break in between. So it's up to the end of the year or the start of December or was he going to be a full-time Ferrari driver in Formula 1? And then that point in his career, I think he was the one who said it, I think that point has gone. There was a short period of time when potentially that could have happened. I do remember talking to John Surtees about very excited. Can you imagine?
Oh, unbelievable.
And one of the Mercedes, the 93 car, various connectors being readjusted at the moment, so that's going to be for a little while, I fancy. It's the number 93 Mercedes.
They're practicing their pit stops, aren't they? You can tell the noise in the background.
52 Ferrari in as well.
Valentino Rossi has made a mistake though. He's been reported to the stewards for pit lane speeding. He is human. Glad to see he is human. So, but they did look, because I watched the on-board as well as looking down to the pit lane from the commentary boxes, that they were definitely doing a pit stop practice, because they had an on-board inside the car as Valet jumped out and he was strapping his teammate in, the Belgian driver, and they were quickly doing that, and he was out of the way, and Valet's on. Today, without question, which you probably need to bear in mind if you see me on the front track. You can see it in his eyes. 15 minutes. Up to the top of the times goes the 89 car of Raffaele Mercedes. 1, 2, 3 now, because it's 89, 88 and 87. So now goes Christopher Bees in the 33 car, ahead of Dries Van Toor, number 32. I'm still quite relaxed about this car. They're in already, potentially about to drive. That means they're quite comfortable with their car. That is daunting for everybody else. Ulysses Depot in the Ferrari in 6th place. So it's Mercedes, 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 Audi, Audi, Ferrari, and then there's just a whole clutch of Audis. And it's not until we get to 14th and 15th that we see the first two McLarens, that being 188 Ramos and the 38 car of Rosberg.
Let's follow up the 111 car, had a question mark over brakes on the car. It's come in. Sprinkles of grass in the front of the car, and they were checking out the front of the car. They've now wheeled it back into the garage again, so I'm not sure that all these...
It didn't break.
I suggest that maybe the braking part was...
Yes, that is a shame. We've got a couple of cars that are just straight out. And race, so clearly about to get themselves up to speed. Through goes the 38 car, the Jota. Over the course of this weekend, cheering on the Brits here as well, and Jota as a team, the pair of drivers as well, is that we really want them to go well. They're sat in 15th place at the moment, which gives them 10th in their class, because you basically got classes that are Pro, Silver Cup,